Hello and welcome to Government Computing. My name is John Bernstein and today I'm delighted to be joined by Matt Cooper, who is Public Safety Leader at Hitachi Data Systems. Matt, very good to see you here today. We're going to talk about policing and how the police have adapted to the digital world. Every industry, every organisation struggles a little bit with that adaptation. How has the police coped?
Well, British policing's facing a massive challenge. We all know what's going on in the current climate. But one of the principal challenges they're facing is that evidence types are changing. We're now living in a digital world. And that means that a large proportion of crimes now don't have physical evidence, or a proportion of that evidence is now digital. And by digital, that really means things coming in an electronic manner and having to be handled differently. But if we go back in time to when Sir Robert Peel put Bobbies on the Beat, British policing has evolved massively. I mean, British policing is generally regarded as one of the best police forces in the world, and quite rightly so, because it has this capacity to change and handle change. And citizens at large might think it doesn't handle change quick enough or such like, but actually it does it quite effectively. And what we're seeing is that British policing is now facing this challenge of digital evidence, and they're having to face and manage this change in a much faster way than perhaps they've ever had to change before.
Let's talk about this digital evidence. Clearly this is different. Explain how it's different and also explain what the challenge is.
Okay, so digital evidence is things like your CCTV footage. But police officers, you'll have seen them on the beat with body-worn video on their shoulders. There's social media, probably the most proliferate type of digital information and potential evidence that's out there. But they're just a few small examples. And traditionally, what's been happening over the past few years is that police officers have been having to go out and manually collect that digital evidence. And then they've been burning it to CD-ROMs, they've been putting it on USB sticks. And we've all seen in the press how, discs have been lost, inadvertently, and that leads to police forces facing fines for an incident of up to £150,000 apiece. So it's a costly mistake financially, but more importantly, when that digital evidence isn't managed and aggregated appropriately, it actually leads to weakness in the justice system and doesn't lead to cases and crimes being solved as effectively as they might.
Therefore, you have a digital evidence management platform. Explain from your point of view what the benefits of that platform are.
Yeah, so at Hitachi, we've built a digital evidence management platform, and we've built it from the ground up. In partnership with over 60 law enforcement agencies in the United States. And what we do is we can ingest any type of this digital evidence. So we're absolutely data agnostic. And that's important because police officers don't know from one crime to the next the formats and the types of evidence that they're going to be collating. So a platform that's agnostic is important. And what we allow is and enable is that evidence to actually be collected, gathered and presented in a single pane of glass so that very early the evidence that's available to a police officer can be put in front of a suspect. And it might generate a different outcome or a different type of behaviour from the suspect, therefore leading to crimes being solved more effectively and more expeditiously. But equally, if a crime goes all the way through its investigative process and goes all the way through to the court system, what we're delivering is a system that enables all of that evidence to be managed and presented in court in a seamless, efficient and organised manner. Whereas previously, that evidence would have arrived, some of it on disk, some of it on stick, some of it would have been blocked in the court firewall. You get to court and it would lead to discontinuances and adjournments, which is very, very expensive to the judicial system and doesn't lead to the right outcomes for our citizens.
I'm not sure I would naturally associate Hitachi with policing. Why should we take you seriously in this area?
So Hitachi, we're over a century old as an organisation, and many people will know our name. We have excellent name recognition, but it might be because you've seen our name on a television set. It might be, you know, on a projector. We're in all walks of life. But what's very important to our corporation is that we actually help citizens and we help the public at large, and we deliver innovation that actually delivers a real outcome for the members of the public. We've worked with over 60 law enforcement agencies in the States and other bodies associated with public safety to develop this digital evidence management platform from the ground up, so that we know it's right for police officers, it's right for the court system, and it's appropriate to actually help investigations be solved and delivered more effectively.
Matt, finally, let's just return to the platform, and if you wouldn't mind briefly summing up what you consider to be the key attributes of that platform.
So the key attributes are that we're able to ingest all types of evidence, manage it, aggregate it, present it in a single pane of glass, so that we can help police forces in the United Kingdom investigate, solve, and deliver the right outcomes for our public.
Matt Cooper, thank you very much.
Thanks, John.